What's up, everybody? This is Roxy, your Firewife Lawyer Mom, and I'm going to be showing you guys today some amazing resources for summer. So if you are like me and you are stressed out because you have no idea what you want to do with your kids this summer, stay tuned to this video. I have a bunch of great resources to show you guys and ways that you can keep your sanity. I know with all of this coronavirus stuff, a lot of camps are closed or they're limited or they're restricted in whatever way. And so I want to be able to provide you guys with some amazing ideas for you to be able to have a productive summer, a memorable summer, something that you'll never forget. And hopefully we'll get through this unscathed and we'll be able to move on to other amazing summers like we've usually had. But for the time being, I have some great ideas for you guys. So the first thing I like to talk about when I think about summer and when I started to kind of brainstorm, okay, how am I going to handle this summer, is I think about a schedule. I love schedules. I know that a lot of people don't like schedules. They feel very restrictive when they're with a schedule. But I love the freedom that it gives, because when you have your day planned out, when you have a purpose for your day, it gives you more freedom. I know that a lot of people think that that's the opposite, but it really isn't. And if you've never been on a schedule, definitely try it. Whether you like to have kind of a structure, a flow of your day, you don't even have to call it a schedule. You can just call it a flow. You can call it a routine. And so with my kids, they really thrive on routine. And so one of the things about summer that kind of gets to be a little hard is that if there is no structure or purpose for the day, and it happens day after day, it's really hard to get them back into a routine once school starts. So I like to have, it's not something that's the same as when we have school. Obviously, it is a lot more of a looser schedule, but it's something that they can follow. So this is the schedule we have. I have one for each child, and I'm going to go over it with you briefly. I'm just going to summarize it because I don't want to make the video too long. But what we do is my kids wake up around 7 o'clock in the morning. And of course, if you have kids that sleep in, God bless you. What's your secret? I don't know, because my kids are up super early no matter what time they go to bed. But if you have kids that wake up later, you can obviously adjust this as well. But my kids usually wake up around 7 to 8 o'clock in the morning. I have them always, make their bed in the morning. I'm really a big believer on making your bed. Makes you just shine and have a purpose for your day and just be more organized. I love that. So they make their bed, they brush their teeth, they get ready. They do a couple little morning chores that I have them do. And I'll do separate videos on chores and things like that. So we get together from 7 to 8. I'm also getting ready. I'm also waking up. So I let them have a little bit of screen time, not much, maybe about 30 minutes of screen time. But once 8 o'clock hits, once they've had that 30 minutes, we shut everything down and we all meet at the breakfast table and we have breakfast together. This is something that I started with when the whole quarantine began. We were a family that were all over the place. We were always getting to an activity, always busy. I was trying to get stuff for work done, and we never had breakfast as a family. I mean, we did, but it was always kind of very hectic. And so that was one of the things we really committed to starting once the quarantine happened, and we are going to stick to it. So we get together as a family, and we are a Catholic family, so we have prayer time and scripture study time. So what we do is we go over our daily readings we go along with the daily readings of the Catholic Church. But if you are a Christian family, you can choose whatever scripture or devotional that you have to use. But we get together at that time and we focus on our faith. And so we love to do that first thing in the morning. We feel that it just makes our day so amazing. If you also don't have readings or scriptures that you want to do, you can also do what we call a gratitude circle. So I get a little gratitude rock and I pass it around. And when you're holding the rock, you talk about what you're thankful for. It's so important that kids understand gratitude and being grateful for the blessings that we all have. And so we kind of go around the table, and it's a great discussion for us and a way for us to bond as a family before we kind of go off into the hectic, crazy day. So we do that for about 30 minutes. Then I have them break off for another 30 minutes and they do some reading time. So most of what we do that's structured is going to be in the beginning of the day. So we know that we got all that stuff done, and then the rest of the day is kind of free for all. We can choose tons of creative things to do. So for 30 minutes, right before we start our learning time, we have my older daughter is a dancer, so she does some stretching in the morning. She does about 15 to 20 minutes of independent reading. I have her reading out loud on her own, but that I can hear what she's reading so that I make sure she's pronouncing the words correctly or if she's stuck on something. So it's really important that they read aloud to you. It also helps with, the inflections and the different sentences and the way they structure their sentences. So we do that. Then after that, we begin our morning work time. So we start doing some morning work. So for the summer, our goal is to do about 45 minutes to an hour of learning time each day. So obviously we're not going to be married to this. There are going to be days that we have something planned, but we're going to try to, from Monday through Friday, if we don't have like an extracurricular or an activity or play day, we're going to try to get some learning done just to keep our minds fresh. And so what I've done is found some great resources that will allow you to be able to have, both some math, some reading, writing. I kind of focus on the core in the summer and just making sure that those skills are honed so that when school year starts, we don't have to go back and relearn other things that we may have forgotten. So what I did is I kind of did some research and I found this amazing workbook. It's called Summertime Learning, and it's a great workbook for kids. They have it in, I think it's like K through 5. They may even have higher grades, but it's awesome, especially for the little ones because it has a reward chart. Okay, and the reward chart, it comes with little stickers, and so every time they do the work in the chart, they can put the little stickers and build the castle. But what it has, and it comes with like a little lesson plan and everything, but it has both math and reading activities for the kids to do. So every day they're going to be doing a couple of pages of this. I'm going to show you like the math stuff, and I'm going to link all of this below in the description box, but this is what each of my kids are going to be doing. We have a kindergartner and a third grader, a rising third grader. So she's going to be doing a couple of pages of this. And then I have and I'm going to just have like 2 or 3 of the worksheets for them to do, and then we'll just rotate. So this stuff that I'm showing you, they're not going to be doing all of this in one day. This is stuff that I'm just going to be kind of rotating around. I also have, so what I did is I got this expandable folder, and I'm going to show you guys. It's an expandable folder, and I have made files for each of the weeks of summer. So I counted about 8 weeks that we're gonna have summertime. And so what I did is I created these little file folders, and I put, this was a file from something else and I didn't wanna waste it. So I just put a Post-it on it, and it just says week 1 and my daughter's name. And then I have my other daughter in a different color. And so in here, she's just gonna pull it out, and it's gonna have whatever work she's got to do for that day. So this is another resource that I found from Teachers Pay Teachers. It's called the Moffatt Girls, or the lady has her store is called the Moffatt Girls, and she has a summer learning packet, and I love this packet. It has like all kinds of different activities for them to do that teaches them language arts and reading comprehension, and it has math stuff, and it has grammar and all kinds of things. And so it even has it has like beginning time by the hour. This is my kindergartner's one. And so actually this might be the third graders. Sorry, this is the third graders one, and the rising third grader, but they have a kindergarten one. We're going to be using it, and so what I did is I just took the whole packet's about like 100 pages, and I just divided it all for them already and put them inside the folders. So we're going to be doing that. And then I'm also going to be doing some stuff from Spectrum Math, which is a great math program. I'm going to show you some pages on that. Right here, I believe I put it here, right here. So this is Spectrum Math, and I'm going to link everything below, but this is a great math workbook for you to use for summer. If your kid struggles with math, this goes, it's kind of like a mastery type of workbook where like they review the concept over and over and over again until they really get it. And so she's going to be doing a couple of pages of that as well. And so our morning work time is going to take about 45 minutes. I'm also going to be doing some work with my kindergartner. We are going to be doing some reading practice. So I have some reading for her to do. We're going to do readers together. I also want her to continue on with her writing. Our goal in the summer is she pretty much can write all of her uppercase letters on her own, but we're going to work on our lowercase letters and our numbers. So this is something that I showed in my previous video that was for all, learning resources. This is a sandbox writing tool. I definitely recommend it, especially if you have a struggling writer. So what they do is they take a little pencil and I fill this with sand, and they actually form their letters on the sand. And so it's really, really awesome. And I also have some flashcards that I use to help them learn how to actually form the letters. And if you want to see more on that, there is a video that I will link below where I show you guys about those flashcards. So they're going to be doing those workbooks for about 45 to an hour, where they're going to be, my older one will be kind of working more on her own since she's older, but my younger one will be working with me on a couple of things. So what I suggest that you guys do is whatever it is that your child was struggling with throughout the year, this is a great opportunity to kind of hone those skills. You can always look up on the Teacher Pay Teacher website to see what kind of standards and things that they're going to be needing to learn next year. And if your child is advanced, you could already start to teach them those things. We're going to be doing on top of our workbook, we're going to be doing some flashcards. I love flashcards. I'm going to be having my older daughter make sure that she masters her addition and subtraction facts quickly and is fluent in her adding and subtracting, because once we get into multiplication next year, I really want her to be in really well versed in her addition and subtraction facts. So those are super easy. You can either make them on your own, you can get them on Amazon. I'm going to link a couple of resources below for the flashcards, but so she's going to be doing, what I'm going to have for her is I'm going to have a little box, and you can just get like a little jewelry box or a gift box, and it's going to have a sign that says right on one side and another box that says wrong. And so she's going to actually flip through each of the cards and try to guess what it is. So 2 + 2 is 4, 6 + 4, just drilling those flashcards. And then whatever ones she gets right, she's going to put in the right box. Whatever wrong she gets wrong, then whatever problem she gets wrong, she's going to put in the wrong box. And so the ones that she got wrong, she's going to have a little notebook and write them 3 times so that they kind of stick in her brain. So that's pretty much all I'm doing for work, like schoolwork kind of thing in the summer, those workbook pages. And I think it's enough. I think that's enough for them to, still stay engaged, to still have those skills continue to be practiced throughout the summer, but at the same time not wearing them out. You don't want to have too many activities that and worksheets and things for them to do that they kind of get bummed out after a couple of weeks, because they really won't last the whole summer. So we do that for about an hour in the morning. Then we have a little snack break, about 10:30 to 11. And then I do a circle time with them. So I'm going to one day do a video on circle time because we have so much fun. And I really love it. And the whole circle time thing started for me when my daughter came home from the quarantine and was like, Mom, I'm really going to miss circle time. And our teachers at her preschool did a great job doing circle time, like on the video, but my daughter really wanted like a live one. And so I'm a lawyer by trade. I'm not a teacher and have no idea what the heck circle time is. But I kind of started to look at a couple YouTube videos and came up with my own circle time. We do a lot of stuff. We do songs. We do, we have a composer of the month. We learn poems. My kids are memorizing the presidents right now. We're memorizing all of the state capitals. So we're doing a bunch of fun stuff, and I try to make it engaging for them, and it's a special time that we have together. So basically we're done by about 12 o'clock. So we're done like doing circle time, doing morning work stuff. And so we kind of clean up and have lunch. As far as if you're a working mom, I totally hear you, and I have a job myself. And what I've done is I do a lot of work in the morning, a lot of my desk work I do before my kids wake up. So I wake up about a couple of hours before they do, and then I get some work done there. And then once after lunch happens in our house, it's about 1 o'clock. My younger one takes a nap. My older one sometimes will nap a little bit, but if not, we will have complete quiet time. So my younger one, who's in kindergarten, needs to take a nap, as I just feel that it's still really good for her at her age at 5. But my older one will have either reading time, she can sit and draw, she can do Art for Kids Hub, YouTube, which is a little drawing YouTube channel where an amazing dad draws with his kid, and it's super engaging and fun. Or she'll do aqua beads or any kind of activity where she's sitting. And so we do that for about a couple of hours. We have a couple of hours of quiet time. I don't let them watch screens during this time. Just don't like to have screens all day, especially during the week. It's my rule. But they do those kinds of things for quiet time. And that's the time that I take to answer phone calls, call my clients, send emails, receive emails, check social media, do things like that. I'm, truly a believer of social media being a time waster, black hole when it comes to your productivity. So that's the time where I do that. And then I kind of put the phone down for social media stuff. Unless it's a work call, I kind of don't really deal with it until the nighttime. So after that, once quiet time's over, then we go into our theme days. So I decided for summer, we're going to have theme days. We're going to have activities that we do during certain days. And I think it's cool because it makes it really fun for them. So what we're going to be doing is Monday is going to be our unit study day. So what we're doing right now is every month we're studying a different animal. This, since the spring started and the whole quarantine happened, we've been doing insects, bugs. So the first month we did butterflies, and we went out in nature. We looked for butterflies. We actually grew a butterfly habitat in our house, which was a little stressful, but it was fun. We studied ladybugs this month, or last month, May, and then this month we're doing bumblebees. So on Mondays, we learn about bumblebees. I get a bunch of nature books. We go outside. We study the different types of, whatever it is that species that we're studying. And so that's going to be like our little nature exploration day. That's Mondays. Tuesdays is park or bicycle day. So we go for a bike ride. We go to the park. Some schools will allow you to bring the kids to their parking lot, their empty parking lot. It doesn't happen so much now because of security and things like that. But if you can find an empty parking lot or a park that has bike paths, take your kids to the park, let them run around. You can fly kites at the park. And a lot of parks should be open now. Most of the playgrounds aren't, but there are still amazing things that you can do in an open field. You could have a picnic. You could do tons of stuff. So that's Tuesdays for us. Our Wednesdays are our water day or beach day. So hopefully in our county, the beach is going to be opening soon. And so that will be our time to go to the beach day. We go to the water park, we go in the pool. It's total beach day that afternoon. Then on Thursday, we do, so we're going to be homeschooling in the fall. And so we're going to be kind of starting around August, and we're going to be going through, we want to kind of build a bunch of vacation time in the middle. So we're going to be doing some family subjects on Thursday. So we're going to be studying history and science. We're going to do science experiments, things like that. I kind of got some ideas from Pinterest, and we're going to be doing that. And then on Fridays, we're going to be doing our field trip and outing day. So we're going to go to the museum or this aquarium or whatever's open with COVID-19. We're hoping that by like mid-June, early July, things are going to kind of open up again, but that will reserve that day for that. And then that's pretty much it. Once 6 o'clock hits, it's time for dinner. And this is when I allow screens. I allow screens for dinner time because number one, I'm cooking and I need to have the kitchen clear. I need to have my space to be able to cook. And so I totally allow that. I don't feel guilty for it. They watch TV for about an hour. But it's just the time that I have to get dinner ready, prep stuff, clean the kitchen, do my own chores, things like that. And then we have dinner. And at dinner time, my kids love that I read to them. So I do read aloud. I pick a book. The last month or so, we've been doing Charlotte's Web. I'm kind of going with classic books that we're going to be reading, and reading aloud is so important. If you want to take some time and Google reading aloud, and the benefits that your children receive when you read to them is unbelievable. They read faster, they become better public speakers, they are just so enriched with learning when you read aloud to them. And so that's the time that I either do a read aloud to them myself, or there are a bunch of podcasts that actually tell your kids stories, whether it be scary stories or fairy tales, or they have fables, Hans Christian Andersen tales, all kinds of podcasts. And I'll link some below for you guys to have some ideas. But these are also great to play in the car if you're going on a road trip. A lot of times, kids just want to hear radio and music. And for me, most of that stuff on the radio is inappropriate anyway. And so this is a great way. There's also a podcast called Brain Pop. I think it's called Brain Pop. I don't know if that might be a website, but there's one called, Brains On. I'm sorry, Brains On. That is a podcast that just teaches kids all different kinds of things. Like, why are the stars the color that they are? Where does the moon come from? Just all kinds of stuff. They had a bunch of stuff on COVID-19 and viruses, and how vaccines are made, and all kinds of different science stuff, and the kids love it. It's super engaging. There are actually kids on there that talk as well, and so it's really cool. So I don't want to make this too long, but those are the kind of ideas that I have for summer. That's how I'm preparing. If this is helpful, please leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel, and let me know if there are things that you're doing this summer, ideas that you may have that can help me too. So let's kind of build this community of moms that support each other and parents that support each other. And so that's all I have for summer. I hope you guys have a great summer, and I will be sharing a lot more videos on how I'm teaching my child to read, how I'm teaching her to write. I've just gotten such great ideas, and I'm so excited to share them. All right, everybody, take care. Thank you so much for sticking through this video. And if you like to see more videos on this or on anything else regarding homeschooling, organizing, all of that stuff, feel free to leave a comment, and we'll catch you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.